Hi guys, it's time for another monthly reset, but this time we're focusing on the studio. As you can probably see behind me, the studio is a complete and total disaster. I moved everything out of the way to set up my box setup for my market. It just really needs a little bit of a clean. I'm not going to go into a total reorganization of the studio in this video because what I just really need to do is kind of like the bare minimum. First of all, I'm going out of town tomorrow and I'll be gone for 15 days. So I just need to get everything a little bit organized because when I get back from Colorado, a couple days after I get back, there'll be another market. And then after that, I will have a little bit of time before my next event, and that won't be until September. So I just have this one little push to get through, and then I'll have a little bit of time this summer to get everything like reorganized in the studio the way that I am kind of envisioning it. It won't be a quick process, but at least I can kind of get a start on that. And also I can really paint some things that I have been wanting to work on, so I'm really excited for that. This is a done is better than perfect moment. So let's get to it. Oh, before we get to it, I just want to say I would like to do my mood board, my June mood board today as well. And I think I actually might go back to the digital one this month. I kind of want to add some of my own personal pictures, and instead of printing them all out and everything, I think I'm just going to do it in that old template, only because this June is looking a lot like last June, because part of last June, I was also in Colorado, and then I went to the mural project in Vegas, and I also had the lavender market, which is the one I have right when I get back from Colorado. So it's looking very similar, but also in a different way. So I just want to be able to include all those pictures from last year, and so I think it just might be easier. And since I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, I think that's what I'm going to do. So first, we're just going to get to the little bit of the clean and the reset, because I think it'll be really nice whenever I get back from my trip to just have everything back to right. So let's do that. Motto is done is better than perfect. So everything on this wall over here is just gonna be what it's gonna be for right now, because the desk that I use to put some of this stuff on and under is currently in the garage because I am currently refinishing it. If you missed that video, I did start it, so I'll link it up here so you can take a look. I was cleaning off the couch because I just like threw a bunch of stuff on it, and this is my everything journal, or I don't know what else you would call it, like a commonplace journal, whatever. However, I haven't not been doing a good job of using it because basically the only thing that's in here are like my monthly collages. And so this was not intended to be like a bullet journal, but more just like a place to write things down rather than just like always using my notes app or always using Pinterest. I feel like it'll help me to get off my phone more, and that was the whole purpose of it. And also to kind of just like keep track of the year, and in a fun, like, you know, it's really fun to do these. And like I said, I'm going to do it a little different this month just because like the way the month's going to be. But I want to go back to doing the actual collage in July, because even though I sometimes feel like a novice at it, I always feel like there's a lot of room for improvement with my collaging. And so I think the only way I can get better and, you know, improve my collaging is to collage more. June will be the digital one that I'll just print out. But I'm hoping in June and July, especially July, because, you know, June's a little nuts with the travel. But I'm hoping at least in July, I can really start being a little bit more, I hate to say analog because I feel like that's such a trendy thing to say right now, but that's sort of where my heart and my mind is at. I just want to get out of the digital space and be in the really physical space. And so that's what this is for, and I just need to like make a new habit. So it just takes a while. But the reason I brought this up was, one, to give you an update, which is not a positive one, but also because I'm going to start setting aside a few things that I'm going to take with me on my trip. So far, I just have this journal And then I think I'll bring my little moth tripod thing. And then I'm gonna bring some pens and probably like some sketching pencils and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna bring any watercolor yet or not. As we move forward, I'll start collecting a few things for the trip. And speaking of that, I think I might take a break from the cleaning and go to the store because I want to do my Amazon returns of the things that didn't work out for the market, and I want to go over to Goodwill and just see if they have any pants that I could wear for painting, because they'll only be like $5, and I did this last year, but the pants that I bought for that are actually not my favorite pants, so I don't really want to get paint on them, so I need to see if they have any that I can wear instead of those. So I think I'll do the errands first before I have to worry about things closing, because then the other tasks I can do as the day wears on, and tomorrow, because my flight's not till a little bit later in the afternoon tomorrow. So I have a little bit of time in the morning. So, and then when I get back, I'll finish up with the cleaning and the mood board. Welcome back to the studio, guys. I did not finish filming this before I went on my trip. I started the video before I left, and I had all intentions of taking you along with in terms of like packing and all that sort of stuff, but it just got too crazy at the end. I just had too much to fit into a little bit of time, and I just didn't get to it. So we're continuing on with the video, and I have not done my June mood board yet, which is insane because it's more than halfway through the month, but I'm gonna go ahead and still do it. And then I think something that I'd like to focus on in terms of like this everything journal is figuring out how to actually make it a part of my life. My intention with this was to be able to get off my phone more and to kind of be more tangible with things. I just need to kind of like use it a few times, like get into the habit of using it. So I think that's the main thing, is just like making it a habit, and I haven't done that yet. But the year is not through. It's almost halfway through, but there's still time to make change. If you have any experience with an everything journal and using it, let me know in the comments. I feel like I could use to be inspired, like how you love it or how it works for you, or some tips on like what you actually use it for. I think that'd be really helpful. And maybe as I create my little mood board on Canva today, I like to look through Pinterest to find some inspirational photos. So maybe I'll also look for a little bit of everything journal inspiration as well. And then maybe I will put a little thing in here about that. So that's the first plan for the day. But I also just wanted to update you on my trip. It was so lovely. I just got back a couple of days ago from Colorado, and I got to spend some time with my aunt, and that was definitely the highlight of the trip, just getting to have like really good family time. Just really getting to spend time with her it's just really a treasure to me. And I feel really grateful that as an adult I've cultivated a really strong relationship with her, because as a child I didn't really get to know her that well because I live in North Carolina and she lives in Colorado, and we just didn't really get to spend a lot of time together. But over the past few years we've had the opportunity to really get to know each other, and we've just really formed a strong bond. So I was just really grateful to be able to spend time with her. And for the other part of the time that I was out there, I extended my trip and stayed with my aunt a little bit longer, which is so nice. And but I did that because my sister and her business partner, they are muralists, and they invited me to apprentice on their mural job, which I was so excited to do. I have painted with them one time before, and painting with them again was just, I just felt like I really grew a lot. I mean, it was almost exactly a year since I painted with them the first time, and I recognized a lot of growth and a little bit more like confidence in myself. I mean, there were still many, many times where I had no clue what to do, because painting on such a large scale when you're used to painting much smaller, even though my largest canvas I've done so far I think is 3 feet wide. Okay, so I can pretty much see everything that I'm doing when I'm doing it. Whereas like when you're painting on the wall that's like 40 feet or 20 feet or whatever, it's hard to get the scope of what you're doing because you're really like you're up this close to it. You can kind of see like, yes, I'm painting a rock, but how is that going to translate when you get all the way down off the lift, you know, however long, you know, a story or so down on the floor. It's hard to explain. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but just like imagine looking at something up close versus looking at far away, and how that translates. Like if you put something on the wall and you're like standing yeah, I don't know, like 20 yards back, what are you really going to be able to see versus if you're up close to it? I feel like I'm actually explaining it worse now. But basically what I'm trying to say is that painting on such a large scale is a different set of skills than painting on a canvas or a paper or whatever I would normally do in the studio. And so all of that to say, from the time when I came on their job last summer to when I was there in Colorado last week, I really felt like I grew a lot. I don't know, I just really felt like when I was painting, I was able to take direction and understand what I was supposed to be doing better. And even though there were definitely times where I still felt confused, I was able to actually complete more rather than just doing like the blocking in phase. I was able to, I can see on this mural things that I did from start to finish, and that was really not the case except for like in one or two instances, really two smaller spots in the last time in the mural. Whereas this time I just really feel like I can see my contributions more. And so it's a little bit hard to explain because most of what I sense about my improvements or my confidence or my growth from the year is really internal, and like the way that I felt about it and like what I can see versus like what a viewer would see may not, like, it's not going to translate because both of the murals look great because the other two people that were painting on them are professionals at it. But I felt really good about it, so that counts for something. And so I was really happy to be able to do that. Mostly it's really fun to get to paint with them and to see them, you know, do something that they're so skilled at. It's really enjoyable to do that, but also so rewarding to get to learn and grow from it. I'll pop up a few pictures so you can see what we did and how it turned out, and stay tuned on my Instagram because I'll be posting some behind the scenes kind of more in detail videos about the experience. But overall it was very positive for me, and I just really am grateful to have been able to be a part of it. So I think that's mainly all the updates that I have. I came back and I have a kind of like mixed review garden report. So if you're interested in the sprouts, so a couple of them did not survive being planted into the ground, which I guess I kind of expected because they were looking a little not healthy when they were in their container still. So, but most of them have survived. The celosia looks the best. I know that you're supposed to, like, I don't know what it's called, but like chop off the top when it gets a certain height, but I don't know actually if I can find the strength to do that. I just love them too much right now, and I think I might have to just see how it goes this year, and then maybe next year, I still have seeds, maybe next year I'll do the seed starting again and be able to like actually follow through with what you're supposed to do, which is cut them off when they're, I just don't know if I don't know if I can find the strength to do it. So at this point, I think I might just take care of them and let them do their thing and then see what happens as sort of like, this is a data gathering year, I feel like. Maybe I'll just chop one and see what happens. That way I can gather more data. But I just don't know. I just don't know if I can do it. I think I can convince myself to do one though. So maybe I'll just do one celosia and see what happens. That's the positive part of the update, I feel like. The mixed, not so positive part is my hydrangeas are not doing well this year. Unfortunately, my area was hit with like a kind of late freeze, and I tried to cover them up with blankets and stuff, but I knew even after I took the blankets off that it was a possibility that they would not have, that the buds, the new growth would have not survived. And unfortunately, I think that might be true. I mean, I do have some buds, but nothing like it was last year at this time, and so I'm just kind of like a little sad that my hydrangeas will not be flourishing the way they normally do. At least it doesn't look that way. I'm gonna set aside my disappointment, and I'm going to focus on other things that I can control, which is that I'm going to be planting some new seeds. I have a really big bag of wildflower seeds, and so I'm gonna plant those, and then I'm thinking about planting, for the first time, I'm gonna try planting some pumpkin seeds. So I need to look into that a little bit more, but hopefully this weekend I'll get to that, and that will be a little fun adventure. Maybe this whole year will just be like experimenting in the garden arena, so we'll see. But those are, I think, all of my updates. I feel like I just really need to just cleanse and get back into the swing of things. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's get started with the mood board.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Well, this is embarrassing. I have to change it 2 months. Totally skipped May.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
I forgot to mention that while I was in Colorado, I also got to go to Red Rocks. So I'm going to insert a couple clips after this, just to, I don't know, share. It was really fun. I got to see Lord Huron, which was the exact band that I wanted to see at Red Rocks. It just so happened to coincide perfectly with the trip. So that was something I was really grateful to be able to go to.
Oh, there's a river that winds on forever. I'm gonna see where it leads. Again, take me back to the night we met. I had hope in my city summer now. Take me back to the night.
And then also, I forgot to show you the things that I got when I went to the thrift store. I went to the thrift store and then sort of left you hanging. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I got. I got a new painting shirt. And this is like, you know how I love to wear my flannels. And this is like kind of a thinner one. And also just like the color is very fall. And so of course I love that. But I didn't actually take this with me to Colorado because, I don't know. I just felt like it was going to be too warm. And I was right. It was hot when we were painting. We joked that, like, as we were going on the list, we joked that, like, every few seconds, like, 101 degrees, 102 degrees, 103 degrees. We were being silly, but also it was really hot. I also got a pair of new painting pants that are currently in the washer. So, but they basically look like this khaki color because I also got these pants. These are Eddie Bauer pants, and they're perfect for just like if I need something a little bit more, I don't know, professional is really not the right word, but like professional. I don't know what the right word is, but they're a great pair of like khaki pants, and they're cropped, so they're good for summer. And so they fit me really well too. So I was happy to find those, and there aren't any stains or anything on them. I don't know why someone wanted to get rid of them, but I'm just happy to give them a new life. The other pants that I would just mention that are also that khaki color because they were a little bit too big on me, so slightly too big. But they had like a little drawstring. They were more like hiking pants type. I mean, hiking pants isn't the right word, but I don't know. They were cuffed and they had a lot of pockets. More like cargo pants, I guess, but not quite cargo pants. So something in the between of that. Sorry, I don't have a visual for you because they're in the wash. But I also got these pants, which are just like a pair of jeans. I don't know, they're Gap jeans. And they are also just like a little bit cropped. And so I did wear these, and they were good for painting in. I thought I got paint on them. Oh yes, I got a speck of paint. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a clean painter. I don't know what to say. Usually, when I paint here, my shirts are all messy, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not the messiest, but I also got a couple of LL Bean shirts. Oh, here's where you can see how messy I am. Okay, so it's shirts that I'm messy in, as you know, more than pants. It's like the whole side of the shirt is like totally paint on it. Plus I spilled something on the front of it. So yeah, this was a totally messy shirt. But this is just like a too big shirt, but it's like 100% cotton. It's LL Bean. I know it's really comfortable, and I ruined it. $5. That's why I get my painted clothes at Goodwill. And the other thing that I got, which is also an LL Bean shirt, but I actually think it's pretty cute, and I didn't get anything on it. So that worked out really well, that the thing that I got, well, there's a teeny speck right here. But it kind of worked out well that the shirt that was too big on me is the one that I got, like, kind of like really ruined. But this one I also got at Goodwill, and it's just this, like, I don't know, cute little blue LL Bean shirt. I also realized that at the beginning of the video, when I talked about my June mood board, I was going to use like my own pictures, and that's why I was going to do it digitally, blah, blah, blah. Clearly I didn't do that because I forgot. And also because like that part that I was going to include my pictures of has already passed. So I guess I sort of made my mood board to reflect the rest of the month. So I don't really know. Sometimes you just don't know with me, I guess. I don't really know what to say. And the other thing that I did, which was also silly, was that I printed out, so, like, for example, this is February, and I printed this out to fit the like, length of my journal. You know, it fits kind of perfectly here and here. It does not fit perfectly here because my template, again, I don't know, sometimes you just don't know with me, but, then I printed out March and June, and why? Tell me why I printed it out this size. I mean, in some ways, like, it's a little bit cuter because, like, there's an equal amount of distance around the, like, all around the collage. When I paste it in, it'll be, like, kind of, you know, equal. But, like, tell me, is that silly? Like, is it cuter? Or am I making an excuse? I don't know. We're just going to go with it for March and June. This is not a thing that has to be perfect. But here's our little June mood board. And as I was doing the mood board, I did try to search on Pinterest for some everything journal inspiration. But alas, I did not find anything. I think that what it means for me is that I'm just going to try to do what I said and keep it in, like, I don't know, a visible spot, and just try to get in the habit of using it. And then as I do that, maybe I will be the one to create a Pinterest post about how to use an everything journal. I don't mean that as any shade to anybody who's using an everything journal. Like, I know that there are people using them and having better ideas than me. Maybe Pinterest isn't the right spot for finding out how to use the everything journal. I am kind of like a little disappointed with Pinterest recently, and I actually have been thinking about like trying to find if there's a place where you can like communicate with Pinterest, because I would like an option for Pinterest to like have a filter to like filter out AI content. Do you know what I mean? Like I would, you know how like at the top of your Pinterest search you can filter? I want there to be like one where you can filter out AI. I don't know. I feel like that should definitely be possible. I mean, coming from a person who has no idea about anything to do with technology, who am I to say? But I just feel like, wouldn't that be so nice? So, I need to figure out who to contact to inquire about that. Not that they are going to listen to like little me, but like it never hurts to ask. I'm not saying take out AI from Pinterest. I'm just saying give me the option to exclude it from my search, you know? I just am not having like as much fun with Pinterest as I used to because of all the AI content. I don't want AI. I want real people. Okay. I just have done something that I've been meaning to do since January, and that is glue in my January collage. So I now have, this is like a little tour of my everything journal. It's going to be a very short tour because, oh, here's something else I didn't do. I didn't glue in my 2026 vision board. It's going to be a very short tour because there's hardly anything in this journal, but that's about to change. We're turning a new leaf over here. Okay, so you open up my journal to see my 2026 vision board. I've already sort of shunned my word of the year. My word of the year is prepare, and I feel like I prepared too close to the sun, if you know what I mean. And sometimes if you over prepare, you're under prepared because you're too busy preparing that you don't actually do anything. And so I do not like that word anymore, and what I am doing now is everything else, which is being present and rejoicing and living softly. And those are the other words I'm going to be focusing on instead of my original word of the year, just as a little update for that. I also still haven't made bread, and this picture has been on my last like 3, maybe even 4 vision boards. So if I don't do that by the end of this year, I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to make another vision board. Anyway, it's good that I'm looking at this because I need to revisit this and try to realign my life. I also still need to add my quote of the year and decide on what that's going to be. And then a photo of me. I just haven't printed a photo, so as you can see I haven't printed any photos because that's what this was supposed to be. And then these are my books, which I need to make cute, and this is my 2026 playlist, which I do know that June will be a Lord Huron song, and I do know that either April or May, depending on which, I have to look back and see, will be Drop Dead by Olivia Rodrigo. I was not previously an Olivia Rodrigo fan, and nor would I consider myself one now necessarily. However, that song really was like my jam. So June will be difficult though, because it should be a Lord Huron song. Long Lost was the one I was thinking of, or Time to Run, one of those two. But also Taylor Swift's new song, I Knew It, I Knew You. Should be that, because that's been really, really stuck in there. So tricky times picking songs, and I really need to do it so I don't forget the rest of them. So I need to get it together. Okay, so anyways, here are my collages. This is January, February, March, itty bitty, April, and by the way, randomly 1 page, nothing, why? And then June. And that's literally the entire thing. So I hoped that the next time I bring up this journal, I shall give you a better update. A more positive one. One that provides you confidence in me as a human, and also inspiration and perhaps, your own luck at doing an everything journal. If you already do one, please give me some tips. Or like some inspiration. All right. This everything journal thing has sort of like taken over this video, to be honest. And so I think that this is a really good time to end the video, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. I just really want to thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this like kind of weird video. I continuously try to improve in everything that I do, and this is no exception. So I promise I will continue to improve, and that I don't know why I'm treating this as like a declaration, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are well. I hope that you have had a really nice past few weeks. I missed you, and I look forward to catching up again soon. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye, guys!